In this problem, we are given several questions whose solution would be found by using subtraction, and our job is to decide whether the subtraction represents a takeaway problem or a comparison problem. For example, if you thought question A was a takeaway problem, you would drag question A into this area. Had you thought it was a comparison problem, you would drag question A in this area before submitting your answer. To help distinguish between a takeaway problem and a comparison problem, I'm going to give two examples. In my first example, Bill purchased 26 donuts to eat for breakfast, but turns out he could only eat 10. The question is, how many does he have left? So if he purchased 26 and he ate 10, the difference between 26 and 10 is 16. That means he would have 16 donuts left. The question, however, is, does this calculation represent a takeaway problem or a comparison problem? One helpful hint is if it's a comparison problem, you typically would have two different things that you were comparing, such as two different people, or two different locations, or two different things. In this problem, you do not really have two different things. The 26 represents the number of donuts that Bill ate, and the number 10 represents the number of donuts that Bill ate. So since the 26 and the 10 represent the same thing and the same person, this would not be a comparison problem. We are simply taking away the 10 donuts that he ate from the 26 that he purchased. So this particular example would be a takeaway problem. Let's look at this example. Amy has 20 stamps in her collection and Jen has 30 stamps. The question is, how many more stamps does Jen have than Amy? Jen does have more stamps. She has 30 and Amy has 20. To figure out how many more Jen has than Amy, you would subtract, and to find that Jen has 10 more stamps than Amy. The real question is, does this problem represent a takeaway problem or a comparison problem? It turns out this is a comparison problem because you're comparing two different things. Even though the 20 and the 30 both represent stamps, this number 20 represents Amy's stamps, if you will, and the 30 represents Jen's stamps, if you will. So these two numbers technically represent two different things. They're both the number of stamps, but one is representing stamps owned by Jen, and one is representing stamps owned by Amy. So we are comparing the two people in the problem in regards to how many stamps they own. So the answer to this problem would be that this is a comparison problem, not a takeaway problem.